Many people love to wake up in the morning and it's still dark outside. It feels wrong, like you should go back to bed. It almost makes you feel sleepier than you actually are. You have to convince your mind and your body that your day has already started, all because a week ago you changed your clocks and now it's 7:30 a.m. instead of it being 6:30 a.m. When people have to switch the time twice a year, it becomes far more of a hassle than is necessary. Most people think they know why daylight savings was created, to help with the harvest time. While there is some truth to that, its origins are quite more amusing, to say the least. Daylight savings was first introduced by Benjamin Franklin as a means to lengthen the day. He was up early one morning and saw how the sun had already risen hours before any Parisians would wake up for the morning. However, not even he proposed that we switch our clocks for the summer months. His suggestion was still a little drastic, though. He thought it would be a good idea to fire cannons off in the streets so that people would wake up earlier and enjoy the sunshine. While this was clearly not the system that was established, one could still say the one we have today is dangerous. It sounds like a stretch, but there are many studies done on the adverse effects of daylight savings times. According to the Vanderbilt University Medical Center, the sleep loss induced by daylight savings time is associated with an increase in heart attacks and strokes. According to the American Academy of Sleep and Medicine, the switch to daylight savings time does more than just temporarily throw our sleep schedule out of whack. Data shows it poses serious public health and safety risks. In addition to increased risks of stroke and heightened mood disturbances, studies show a spike in traffic fatalities and medical mistakes in the days immediately following the switch to daylight savings time. One recent paper from the University of Colorado at Boulder examined more than 732,000 car accidents over 2 decades and found that fatal crashes rose by 6% during the first week of daylight savings time. Another research abstract published in May studied the effects of sleep deprivation on healthcare workers. It noted that an 18% increase in medical events related to human error occurred on the week after switching to daylight savings time. The only necessary plan is to move to a standard time without changing our clocks twice a year. Not only should we stick to one time, but that time should be standard time. As Phyllis Z., Chief of Sleep Medicine at Northwestern University, said, standard time is going to be the best situation where your social clock, your internal biological clock, and your sun clock are going to be more likely, for the most time, to be better aligned. Almost everything in the human body, down to the rate at which cells divide, follows a rhythm. A good rhythm is critical to keeping people's bodies synchronized internally, as well as synchronized with the environment. So, imagine with me, come spring, nothing changes. You don't lose an hour of sleep the night before because you've been on this sleep schedule the entire time. Once winter rolls around, the mornings aren't more taxing than normal because the sun's already up. The days don't seem to drag, and the season seems to pass quicker than before. You may be wondering what you can do about this. How can you change how daylight savings affects your life? Well, believe it or not, there are bills being proposed to Congress to abolish daylight savings time in America. You can let your representative know of your desire to either keep it or get rid of it entirely. I hope that after this presentation, you would advocate for the latter. So, call up your representatives, tell them how you feel. It is finally time to get rid of daylight savings once and for all.